What is up, Rad Potential YouTube channel? We are opening locked doors right now. No, just kidding. So, notice the silver car, aka the mouse, which I don't know why I say aka. This is the mouse. It's in the garage. Is in here, obviously, just said that. And we are doing some work to the mouse. But none of this is at all performance oriented. Well, maybe performance oriented of certain aspects of the vehicle, however, not driving performance. We're talking maximum comfort level going right now. So, with old cars that sit around, what happens? You might get things like mice in your car. So, if you are cued in here, what am I calling this car in particular? The mouse, right? So you wonder, no one just names a silver car the mouse just because it's silver. I mean, like, mice aren't really silver, they're kind of gray, whatever, you get the point. So, the story behind this, as I smash everything trying to hook this light up, in college, right whenever I finished the convertible RX7, so this was my very first rotary car, this one. When I finished the convertible, so paint, new engine build, all that I put back together. That became my daily driver, and this became more of like the fun car, right? So I started modifying it. I put GSLSE suspension on it, the roll bar, the handbrake, like stuff like that, right? Make it more fun. Then the car started braking, and stuff was wrong. So anyways, while I was driving the convertible, this is just sitting. Well, it got some mice in it, so I gave it to Calvin to drive so that it could actually like see some road and stuff, you know, for about 6 months he was driving it. Well, within the first 2 weeks, he said, dude, there's mice in your car. Bunch of them. So he set some traps, caught some mice, killed them, had one run across the dash or something while he was driving it. So, hence the mouse. But we're undoing some of what happened then. So what do mice do? They tear everything up and make messes. And my light isn't coming on. Would you just look at that? Just went through the whole trouble to hook this thing up. We got no beans. Oh, look, it probably came unscrewed. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so what do mice do? Well, they make nests. And one decided it was going to make a nest in my heater box, which is right here. So this is the blower motor in this unit. Right here is where your AC condenser is, hence this drain plug, which is busted off a little bit. This is where the condensation drains out. This is your blower motor. So, what are we doing under here? Well, we are going to pull the motor out, which is these 3 screws on the bottom that pops out, and clean the leaves out of this thing. Because it's wintertime and my defrost does not work. The heat gets hot, but it doesn't have enough oomph to like defrost anything above 2 inches of the windshield. So obviously we want to drive this car, so we're going to pull this apart, and I'm going to show you how to do that. After, you know, this whole story, you read the title, you saw, hey, he's working on his heater core, why don't we watch this, because maybe you need to do it too. And you just got, what is it, 3 minutes of total nothing. So I appreciate your time. So let's get started. I've never done this before. I have had the whole entire dash out of this car before, including all of this off, but I've never split it. So looking closer, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws. That one looks a little crusty, one here and one on the other side. I'm not seeing a plug for it yet, so my guess is it's probably this guy right here. There's a big plug mounted to the side of this. So I think what I'm going to do is just pop this bottom cover off. I think I'm just going to pop this bottom cover off and we're going to see what we find. Ideally a bunch of leaves and stuff come out, so let's go ahead and do that. So keep in mind, never had this off before, or at least we'll say separated. Come on. Oh, would you just look at that? Whole bunch of crusty up in here. Sweet. And let's see, can we confirm that it is in fact that plug? No, I cannot confirm that it is that plug. So I don't know where the blower motor gets unplugged from. I'll find that real quick and report it so that y'all, if anybody's replacing this, you know where it is. After reaching in here, y'all would want to see this. Hopefully no live ones come out. Yum. Holy jeez though, guys, look at this. Let me give you something for reference. So here we go. This is a light bulb. Light bulb for reference. It's a lot of mouse habitat. A lot of mouse poop. That's why this thing's called the mouse. So I'm gonna pull this glove box out. It's super easy. There's like 3 little screws. It just slides right out. And then we'll be able to see bigger picture what's going on down there. Ideally, there's no mouse nest in the heater core, which is in the center, but with the glove box out, I should be able to like see down into it at least, pull a couple of these tubes out, and we can see, make sure this defrost stuff's going. So I know too that I do not have the balance pipe under the steering wheel. It's actually sitting up on the shelf, so I'll just have to grab that and put it back on, and that'll enable this vent for the other side to work. What's up, Letty? Alright guys, so to remove the glove box, there's this little 3-bolt plate right here that goes down through the hole, and you're going to have 3 8mm nuts on the bottom of it. Then in the top corners of each corner of the glove box, you'll have those 2 screws, and then also behind your latch there's 2 screws. Then this whole glove box tray will be able to be removed. So we'll go ahead and pop that latch off. I will say one thing, that 100% if you touch these screws for this latch, touch them. Like if you just bump it, do whatever, and your glove box was staying closed beforehand, it will never stay closed ever again. You will hit a bump and this glove box is just going to pop right open, because that's how that works. So you see I had it spaced with some lock washers just because it never quite works the same. So then here's your, there's a little wire. This is your glove box light, which mine's burnt out, so maybe I'll mess with that while I'm in here. Alright guys, so I hadn't planned on pulling this out, but I'm going to right now just because I think it should be fairly simple. If it starts fighting me, I'll leave it. But so basically on this heating system, apologies for the light kind of washing it out, but you want to see. So right here is your defrost vent. This is with the glove box out. So that basically, that pipe right there goes to this. So from there, there's a tube which I have laying down here that connects from that to the heater core. Now if you look in here, you can kind of see it maybe. Let me get you closer. Now you can kind of see it back in there. That bottom corner, you can see the rows. So in there is your heater core. So basically, on the firewall, no. So basically on the firewall of your engine bay, back here above the engine right here, there's 2 heater lines, okay? So it comes from the back of the motor on that side, and then this one comes from the bottom of the radiator over here. And those run engine coolant through the inside to heat up the air that's going through your defrost and your vents and all that. So that's what's inside that box. Also, the middle box, the one I'm taking out, goes to right here. So see these 2 AC lines? Poke it through the bulkhead. So I don't have my AC hooked up. I'm just going to have to disconnect this one line. But I'm going to disconnect that line and pull that whole AC box out of there. And reason for that, I just don't want there to be, because the fan blower blows through that box into the heater core, and I fished a lot of that mouse nest out of that box, so I want to be able to make sure that there's nothing in there. While I already have it this far apart, I'm just going to go ahead and take that apart. So I couldn't find the other plug for this, the heater, the fan motor here. I couldn't figure out where that went. They had this plug here that was on the side of the box, but I couldn't figure out where that one went yet. So if I find it, I'll let you know. So I'm gonna pull, basically there is 2 bolts down here, 2 nuts on studs on the firewall, and then there's one up here at the top, and then this whole thing should come out after you take out these little clampy doos. See there? So we'll see. If it starts to fight me, I'll probably leave it, but I couldn't feel anything else in there, but you never know. I'd rather just make sure that everything's good, because from there, that's pretty much the whole system, and I can clean the tubes out for the other side really easy. So we're gonna go for it. Here we go. Alright guys, mad success. So we have the box out. So this is that large box that was sitting in there. Basically, come here, go. Thank you. Okay, so this is that large box that was sitting in here. This is the firewall side. This is the side you can see. So this is where I cleaned all that stuff out of right here. You kind of see the remnants of it. So happy to have taken this off. This is your interior AC evaporator condenser McJanger thingy. So you have your 2 lines go through the firewall, come into here. The high pressure for the switch is actually right here. So this is what will tell your compressor to kick on and off. See the wiring for it. Notice this side perfectly clean, which is a huge win because, and that's perfect because that's what I wanted to figure out. Also, if you come in here, you can see all this nice empty space. But if you look right there, that's the big hole that goes back in behind the heater core. So if I can get the camera in there, maybe show you some cool stuff. On the flashlight, the spot beam. Alright, so now y'all can kind of see in there, maybe not. You can see that heater core chilling. Also you can see no mouse nest. One thing that I will show you too, so if you notice all these flaps and vents and cables and stuff moving around. So basically as you cycle your cable back and forth up there, you turn stuff on and off down here. So like for example, you set it to max AC. Max AC sucks this one open to suck in internal air, so recirculation. And then everything else, as you move this side to side, it redirects air by moving all of these linkages. So you got to make sure you got your cables adjusted right and everything like that set up. Otherwise you won't have a, basically it won't put the flaps in the right place. So you won't get defrost or you won't get any certain things. So luckily, no mouse garbage on that one. So we're going to go ahead, put everything back together, and I'm going to hunt for this plug real quick so y'all know where to go to replace your blower motor. Alright, now, so for those curious, right back here, you can see that plug. That's the last plug for your blower motor. So there's a little sensor up in here. So basically that's what runs it. Alright y'all, as you can see, got it all buttoned up. This is what I mean by your glove box will never close. Stop it. So this is what I mean by your glove box will never close. You'll hit a big bump and it'll drop open. I haven't been able to figure it out. It's a super pain to get it latched. I've tried messing with the latch, tried the whole deal. I don't know why. So yeah, if you have to mess with it, yeah, that'll happen. So let's test the fans. You can hear my fuel pump running, but oh baby, I can actually feel the wind. Let's see, what can I hold up in front of that to show you? That ain't working. Let me find something to put up in front of that so you can feel it. You can hear it moving down there. Some leaks. Yeah, we got defrost now. Pumped. Heck yeah. You can hear the fuel pump bog down when the fan's on full kill. What do I have that flaps in the wind and weighs like nothing? Maybe this little guy? Oh, there you go. Look at it. Yeah! Alright, so, let me turn this off. Listen to that fuel pump. About time to run some bigger wires for that fan, or run the fuel pump power off something else. So there you have it. That's basically the procedure to take apart your heater core, heater box on a first gen RX7. I will say that I'm pretty sure the an S3 RX7 is going to be a little different because they have an electric controller for the basically for everything. So, oh, where's my box? Oh, it's right down here. Notice the dog. So basically, this guy is what you have on a Series 3. So So this, you push the buttons and it changes to whatever you're doing. So this is like out of a GSLC. So anyways, that's how you do it on a non-power first gen, whatever. Mine is a 1980 model. I'm just going to post this first gen RX7, but basically, to put everything back together, it goes back in real easy. There's tons of space in there to be able to get everything in and out. And if you struggle, just remember, don't fight it. It is plastic. It is 40 years old. Just be careful with it, because they're hard to find parts for these things. So, with that, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. And I'm glad I got my mouse nest out of the mouse heater system. Keep it rad.